When you talk about charging motorists to enter an area, in the case of Londoners, £12.50 a day, you have to ask yourself the question, why is that? Well, one of the popular theories over here is to plug a giant hole in the finances of TfL. It seems to carry some weight. If we move over to America, they have a bit of a problem on the subway. I think the term used by the NYPD is jumping the turnstile. This refers to passengers that have no intention of paying for a ticket to ride on the subway, and that leads to other problems which would fill another video quite happily. Well, that's financial loss you have to plug. I know, let's penalise the motorists. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing alright. I'm not too bad. Let me know how you are in the comments. Everything's alright in your worlds. You know, this is spreading worldwide. We now look at New York. I want to give a shout out to Phil Grimaldi, retired detective Phil Grimaldi from the channel Police Off the Cuff. He actually came over onto one of my live streams a while ago and called this and said it was happening, and now it's obvious it is. By the way, if you haven't checked out Police Off the Cuff, they're really approaching 50,000 subscribers pretty fast now, so go and lend your support if you can and try and help them over the line. Anyway, back to this. Yes, a plan to charge motorists driving into New York City's Midtown Manhattan received final federal approval, which basically means it's one step closer to happening. The idea is to charge motorists something called congestion pricing. So basically they drive into an area, and very similar to how our ULEZ works, they will then be charged accordingly according to the vehicle. Now, there's a little snippet of information here. The Federal Highway Administration on Friday determined that an environmental review of the new initiative called congestion pricing had no significant impacts, according to a notice sent to congressional members that was obtained by Bloomberg News. That approval was needed before construction on tolling could begin. Congestion pricing will reduce traffic in our crowded downtown. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Improve air quality and provide critical resources to the MTA. New York Governor Kathy Hochul, I know somebody who doesn't like them very much, said in a statement, "I'm proud of the thorough environmental assessment process we conducted, including responding to thousands of comments from community members from across the region. With the green light from the federal government, we look forward to moving ahead with the implementation of this program." Metropolitan Transport Authority, which operates New York's subways, buses and commuter rails, is responsible for implementing this program. You can read more in the description below, but they're looking at implementing this and starting to charge drivers from April of next year. And a rough ballpark figure looks like it's going to be $23 a pop, which is roughly equivalent to what we're paying over here, give or take a few quid. Seems very coordinated, very linked together, doesn't it? And I wonder if there's any connection with the C40 Cities group with anyone in a position of authority in New York. That's one we'd have to look at. But there you go, it's another city. Now, they're preaching environmental impact and everything else, but what's going to happen? People aren't going to want to drive in the city anymore, and they just won't, thereby clearing all the cars out, and they have their subways where the crime rate, I'm led to believe, isn't that great, and public transport, nuts. And all it will do is just raise capital for the Transport Authority, and it will have no effect on the environment whatsoever. Again, very similar parallels to here, and it's spreading. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you a New Yorker? Let me know. Your comments, your feedback, and perhaps I'll have a read for another time. See you soon. Toodaloo.